Yo, what's good, YouTube? So we got Lakers versus Timberwolves, game one of the NBA playoffs, the 2025 season. Um, so the final score to this game, guys, you got Minnesota Timberwolves 117 to the Los Angeles Lakers 95. The Timberwolves do take game one in this series, guys. So let's go ahead and hop into kind of like my little different points on, what the difference was in the game for the Timberwolves, what the Lakers did wrong, and also, what I think they need to do in order to win game two. So let me go ahead and show you guys this box score right quick. So yeah, we had Jaden McDaniels was the best player on the court tonight. Really, I mean, he was great defensively on Luka, even though Luka had like almost 40. He hit 11 out of 13 of his shots. He had 25 points. Julius Randle had 16. Anthony Edwards had a kind of a bad shooting night. But he still was like facilitating the ball well. He had 9 assists, and that's kind of what you want to make him do is pass the ball. The Lakers are making him do that, but the Timberwolves are making him pay with us not knocking down their threes. And Naz Reid, once again, he always has great games against the Lakers. He is 6 of 9 from 3, and he had 23 points. He had some really good offensive rebounds that kind of like kept the Minnesota Timberwolves from keeping momentum and not letting the Lakers get back into the game. Dante DiVincenzo, he had some really good plays for them as well. But the Lakers, guys, tonight, we need more production out of Rui, need more production out of LeBron, need way more production out of Jackson Hayes. He was unplayable tonight. Luka Doncic was great, especially offensively. He made some mistakes defensively, but that's kind of what Luka does. He makes mistakes sometimes defensively, but at the same time, I feel like the mistakes he made were very, very fixable mistakes. He wasn't really good he was getting blown by a couple times defensively against Anthony Edwards, which that has to change. And then on top of that, that's a fixable thing. He had some really good defensive possessions on Anthony Edwards this game. But my main thing with him was being undisciplined and lacking and lagging off of shooters in the corners and on the wings and stuff like that. When he's playing off-ball defense, he has to be more disciplined against this Minnesota team. Anthony Edwards is a phenomenal player. He's one of the best players in the NBA. He is going to get dribble penetration. You have to have help, and sometimes when you are helping in the corner and stuff like that, I would much rather give up contested mid-range jumpers to Anthony Edwards or floaters or whatever than give up corner threes to Jaden McDaniels in this game, obviously. Naz Reid in this game or at any time. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So those are the type of things that Luka have to be better at. He was great tonight offensively, especially in the first quarter. I think he had like 18 points. Lakers came out in this game. They had a really good first quarter. Luka carried the load offensively, and they was playing really pretty good team defense. Austin Reeves had a really, really bad first half. I think he only had like 2 points in the first half. He kind of got it going in the third quarter. We need a much better Austin next game. I truly believe he'll be better next game. The bench was horrible tonight. Dorian Finney-Smith missed a lot of the 2 threes that he missed in this game. Could have been like really, really big momentum shots. And those timely threes in a game like tonight would have been very, very important, because if you cut the lead down to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, you know what I'm saying? If you cut the lead down to those numbers, you make Minnesota start thinking and panicking and stuff like that. But the difference in this game tonight, guys, Minnesota Timberwolves shot 21 of 42 from the three-point line. 21 of 42 from the three-point line is absolutely insane. Like, they shot 50% from 3 on 42 attempts. Like, they didn't even really get to the rim that many times, because they were getting dribble penetration and they were kicking it out to three-point shooters, and they just were not missing. Like I said, some of those were contested. Naz Reid made some pretty tough shots. But most of the threes they made were just undisciplined mistakes by the Lakers, overhelping, being lazy, not keeping the eye on ball and man at the same time. So, like I said, the game plan that they had tonight, I feel like the game plan was good. They just didn't execute the game plan. And obviously, Minnesota made a lot of threes tonight. I think they made like the second most threes in franchise history in the playoff game, or it might have been first. I seen it at one point. I think when they were like at 16 or 17, they had the third most threes made in their franchise history in the playoff game. So this might have been the most threes that they made. I know it was at least top 3. So this was a great shooting night from the Minnesota Timberwolves. You got to give them credit. But like I said, the game plan from the Lakers was good. They just got to be way more disciplined next game. And I need to see a much better LeBron James and Austin Reeves in the next game as well. I just need to see a much better team effort from this team. This team is way better than what they displayed tonight. And if you've been watching this team all season, you know they're much better. Now, maybe the week off hurt them. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, that's the sacrifice you get in a game one of a series when you have a week off. And this happens sometimes. You have heavy legs. You're not disciplined defensively. We got heavy legs on defense. So, like I said, I'm not trying to make any excuses for this team. But if you've been watching basketball over the years, you understand when a team is off for a long time, that game one performance might be a little rust, might be a little heavy legs here, heavy legs there, and stuff like that. So overall, guys, I feel like the Lakers are still gonna win this series in 6 games. I had the Lakers winning in 6 before the series started, and I still feel that way now. If the Lakers would have won this game, I would have had them winning in 5, because this was one of those games where the Timberwolves shot the ball so well. It's like, damn, bro, like, how are we going to beat them tonight with the way that they're shooting the ball? And it wasn't just a quarter they was hot. The first quarter, they really wasn't that hot from 3. It's the second quarter. When the second quarter started, the Lakers had a lot of offense possessions. They had turnovers, block shots, and the Timberwolves got out and ran, and they started making threes in transition. It's hard to match up in transition, obviously. That's why you have to get quality shots at the rim or get quality shots from 3 in this Lakers offense, and you will be able to get back on defense. But the Timberwolves got a lot of runouts. And when it seemed like every single time they got a run out, they scored, especially from 3. When they got an open 3 in transition, they made it. So, like I said, I still feel completely confident this Lakers team is going to win this series. People that were saying the Lakers were going to sweep this team or win in 5 games. Now, I know Uncle Shay, he has a whole like trend going of Lakers in 5. And it's extremely funny. But he doesn't actually believe the Lakers are going to win every single series in 5 games. He doesn't actually believe that. He said it himself. He does not actually believe the Lakers are going to win every single game in 5, every single series in 5 games. And they're not. Like, now, granted, if they would have won this game tonight, they'd have figured out a way to win this one. Yeah, they probably would have won this series in 5 games. And who knows? They might win a few series in 5 games if they continue to go to the next round. But just overall, I still feel like they're going to win this series, and I feel like they're going to win this series in 6 games. If this game goes 7, they're definitely going to win. Like, I don't see LeBron losing a game 7. He's never lost a game 7 in his career. So I don't see him losing that now. I need a much better LeBron in next game, much better Austin Reeves. I need a much more aggressive LeBron from the jump. I don't need you waiting and being a facilitator. Now, granted, Luka was cooking in the first quarter. He was absolutely cooking. So getting Luka the ball and getting out of the way was the best offense at the time. And that's just how explosive Luka is. You give him the ball, you get out of the way, or you come run a pick and roll and he attacks a mismatch. You get out the way, whoever the screener was. So that's good offense. At the time, I know a lot of isolation at times is bad offense, but when Luka is on a roll, you give him the ball, you get him a mismatch, and you let him cook. And that's exactly what they were doing in the first quarter. Now, when he got back in the game in the second quarter, he wasn't really in the rhythm. I don't know what it is. When Luka has explosive first quarters, he comes back into the game, and it just seems like he's just extremely relaxed, or he's not in that same mode he was in the first quarter. But we've seen it since he's been a Laker, and since he's been in the NBA. He has some really, really explosive first quarters. And it seems like sometimes he just doesn't continue to keep that trend going. I need a much better Austin Reeves in the next couple games. Like I said, he was extremely, extremely passive, I felt like, in the first quarter, first half at least. I think he had 2 points in the first half. He ended up with 16. He made a couple shots in the second half. But overall, guys, like I said, we need much more disciplinary defensively, not leaving corner threes wide open against this Timberwolves team. They're not a great shooting team, but they have guys that are more than capable of knocking down threes. Anthony Edwards is a great 3-point shooter, obviously. Jaden McDaniels is a pretty good shooter. Nas Reed is a great shooter. Other than that, they really don't have great shooting on this team. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is a pretty good shooter, but if you stick close to him, you make him drive to the rim. That's what you want to do with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Mike Conley, stay connected to him. He's not going to kill you that much. He had a couple good plays tonight in this game as well. So, I need LeBron to step up. Rui got to play better. Rui has to play a lot better. And the thing for me with Rui is this game, it just seems like at times Rui is so aggressive when he's locked in, and it's not just scoring the ball. It's like going up and grabbing the rebound. Like, I know he had 5 rebounds tonight, but he should have had like 9 or 10. Like, those type of things, like the offensive rebounding from the Timberwolves tonight was killing us in the first like 3 quarters. The offensive rebounds, they got second chance points multiple times, and those are backbreakers in a game like this when you're not really making your shots like that, and then you're giving up second chance points and they're making threes. That's backbreaking. That's momentum shifting. Those are momentum shifting plays. So, like I said, got 100% faith this Lakers team will win this series, whether it's in 5, 6, whatever, how many games you want to say. I don't see the Timberwolves making 21 threes again. I just don't see that. I don't see them making 21 threes again. And like I said, our role players have to play better too. Dorian Finney-Smith is a 40% three-point shooter. He had a couple open threes tonight. Now, they did force him off the three-point line a couple times. Gabe Vincent is a great three-point shooter. I need him to shoot the ball more. You know what I'm saying? So, and one thing, my last point about this, Rui Hachimura, when the game first starts, he has a complete mismatch because at times they were getting Mike Conley on him in the post. I know JJ doesn't like to take contested twos or, you know, anything like that inside of the three-point line. He wants layups or threes, one or the other. That's what they want to allow. They want to allow they want to give up contested twos on the other side. He doesn't like taking contested twos. But Rui has a clear advantage in the post against a guy like Mike Conley. You can generate a lot of offense out of that. Mike Conley is a matchup. It's a complete mismatch when Mike Conley is playing defense on our bigger wings. Luka, LeBron, Rui Hachimura, they were doing the same thing to Austin Reeves on the defensive side. When Julius Randle would get the ball in the post when Julius Randle would have Austin Reeves in the post, they tried to force feed him the ball. Nas Reed, the same thing. They were trying to give their bigger guys the ball in the post against Austin Reeves in this game. And granted, Austin did he held his ground a couple times this game, but they also got a lot of good offense out of those possessions as well. We can do that same exact thing. We have better three-point shooters than this team. We have a better team than this team on paper. This team is better. The Lakers are a better team than the Timberwolves. So like I said, Rudy Gobert was non-existent tonight. They did their job when it comes to attacking him and making him get into foul trouble. Not be a difference maker offensively or defensively. Rudy Gobert was not a big difference in this game. The difference in this game for the Timberwolves was Jaden McDaniels missing 2 shots and having 25 points. And Nas Reed having 23 points, 6 out of 9 from the three-point line. That was the difference in the game. If you neutralize these guys, you lose the game by what, 22? They lost by 22, right? So if you neutralize these guys to their averages, this is a much more winnable game. And then on top of that, if your best players play like they have been the whole entire season, you win this game. So like I said, this team, they lost this game, obviously. But the things that they need to fix are easily fixable. The game plan was good. They just did not execute the game plan. Extremely undisciplined this game defensively. And timely shots have to be made against this Minnesota Timberwolves team. This Timberwolves team is good. They only had 1 less loss than this Lakers team. Like I said, the Timberwolves are good. I feel like the Lakers are better, but the Timberwolves have a good team. This was not finna be no sweep or no 5-game gentleman sweep from the start. They have one of the best players in the league, and they have pretty good role players around him. This Minnesota team just made it to the Western Conference Finals last year. They're not as good as they were last year because Karl-Anthony Towns is better than Randle. But Randle is still a good player, though. Like, it's not like they just had a significant drop-off or they have some type of injuries or something. This Minnesota team is good. So, when they win this game, don't be surprised. But I still feel like the Lakers are going to win the series. There's been plenty of teams that lose the first game and win the series. So, don't overreact. The Lakers still are in a good position. They still have one more home game to go. You can go into Minnesota and win a road game, just like they won a road game in your house. So, and you can take back home court and you can win this series in 6 games or maybe even in 5 games. Who knows? Like I said, I don't know if the Timberwolves are going to make 21 threes again out of 42 attempts. If they make 21 threes on 50% shooting from three-point line again, they might win the series. I just don't see it happening again. So, the Lakers have a great chance to win the series, guys. Obviously, they came up really, really short tonight, but they still have a great chance to win this series, and I think they will. So I got Lakers winning this series in 6 games. Let me know how you guys feel about game 1 and who's going to win the series in the comment section below. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.